Hello, everybody. I am yet again Price McKinney, simply put. And as always, I want to thank you for tuning in and listening. Just sitting outside enjoying the weather, of course. It's a little bit cool for me, but it is what it is. I love outside. But I've had a few conversations over the past couple of days to kind of trigger this video. And it's more to single people. I'm single myself. I've been single for a while now, and I'm okay with that. So, for those of you who are single, and this is not for everybody, be okay with being by yourself. Be okay with that. Be okay with that. And I've said it before, learn you, figure out you, do you, be you. Take this time, take the freedom that you now have, and build yourself. One of the greatest challenges I've had, and this is a moment of, transparency for me. I'm one of those guys, one of those men that I have in its own way, a rare characteristic, I guess you could say, in its own way, and that is I have a nurturing side, meaning that I pay a lot of attention. And give a lot of attention to the needs of a female. And I'm not even talking about physical. That's a whole separate category, and one I'm not even going to talk about. But it's there are men out there that you're very attentive, you're very sensitive. It doesn't mean that you're soft. It doesn't mean that you're a punk or anything like that. It just means you pay attention to the needs of women. More mentally and emotionally than anything. And for guys like that in particular, when we go into a relationship, we have a tendency to go heart first and not with your head. Meaning, you go in and you want to fix whatever's wrong with them, because that's what we do. We fix stuff and put stuff together. And so that same mindset oftentimes trickles or rolls over into, whatever female you're dealing with. And more often than not in all cases, but more often than not, you wind up on the short end of the stick because you invest your everything and most of your all into whoever she is, and it's not reciprocated. And there are many cases with that, but in particular with this, you don't get what you give, and you're always available, easily accessible, and which is fine, for that time or for that moment, but long term, it becomes a problem because you wind up giving so much of your heart when it's taken away by her. It's almost like you don't have enough of your heart left for you to be you. And, in a real sense, and then you wind up, guys wind up, going through depression, you're on this roller coaster ride, you get extremely emotional and, pissy and mad and angry and everything else, and then it's like, to hell with the next one, and then you go into Mac mode and you just want to bang bodies and keep the train moving. And that's not the right way to deal with that. The way to handle that is take advantage of your time being single. And this is not just for, 4 minutes for women too. Take advantage of that time. And for me, this is one of the lessons I had to learn. Everything that I invested into the relationships I've been in, marriage included, doesn't mean, now granted, I was not perfect in any of them. That's not what I'm saying. Don't get it twisted. But the time that I invested, financially, emotionally, all the above, take that same time, put that same energy back into yourself and watch what happens to you. This is why simply put is evolving the way that it is because I became determined to put back into myself the same thing that I put into everybody else. I've done it for years with church, do it with my job, and what about you? What about you? Where are you at within the equation of your own life? Where do you stand? So take the time being single and invest into yourself. Live for you. And that doesn't mean, that you're selfish and don't give a daggum about anything anybody else. No, it just means you make yourself a priority. And there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing at all wrong with that. So just wanted to share that with you. Invest into yourself. The same time and energy that you put into everything else, and everybody else, put that same back into you. Don't stop neglecting yourself. Stop neglecting yourself. Build yourself. Grow yourself. Develop yourself. Mature yourself. Continue growing and evolving so that you ultimately can become the best you that you can be. And then consider somebody else to come along and help you with that process, or go along with you to share, the experience of life. Then at that point, do that. So anyway, Price McKinney. Follow me on Facebook. Hit me up on Instagram. Simply put PM. Most importantly, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Go to my YouTube channel and subscribe. It's the same thing, Price McKinney, simply put. And as always, I am not an expert. I just know what I know. And I promise you, I'll see you soon.